President Uhuru Kenyatta should make a negotiation of his Kenya's loan terms with Beijing as he begins his tour of China. Now, according to economists at the Institute of Economic Affairs, this will ease the current repayment pressure Kenya is facing on its debt obligation. Economists now want President Kenyatta to hopefully get a good deal on the loans. Let's get more from our very own Faizal Ahmed.
By September 2018, Kenya had borrowed 634 billion shillings from China to finance mostly infrastructure and the energy sector. This despite the Chinese loans being considered expensive, with President Uhuru Kenyatta beginning his visit to Beijing to finalize another 386 billion shilling loan. The Institute of Economic Affairs is calling for the renegotiation of the terms.
We have challenges, and the big one is actually the fact that our debts, the cost of servicing our debt is quite high relative to the revenues that we are generating as a country. And that is putting a lot of pressure on our budget.
With the country's debt at 5.15 trillion shillings and revenue generation having hit a plateau, IEA recommends expansion of the tax base.
So no doubt, in terms of generating revenues, the country has to grow, economic activity has to increase. The manufacturing sector, agricultural sector, etc., all that have to expand in order for us to generate more revenue. But at the same time, government has to figure out ways of tapping into the informal sector, sealing loopholes and the like, for us to generate revenues in order to.
Kenya has surpassed other sub-Saharan African countries in their debt-to-GDP ratio with an average of 45.1% compared to Kenya's 56.2%. This, though still sustainable, may get out of hand in another decade. The IEA made the presentation during a forum co-hosted by the Kenya Editors Guild. President of the Guild, Churchill Otieno, urged journalists to be proactive in discussing the country's public debt.
This is an issue that we believe is important, both for ourselves as professionals, but probably more important to our audiences who consume the stories that we do day to day.
Faizal Ahmed, Citizen TV.